Hey kids, welcome to another GLEN YAPS. It's a soggy, rainy Thursday. We were supposed to do an outdoor gig today, but that got canceled. And we gave up our jam night to do this gig, so we kind of lost 2 gigs. So, well, that's all right. I don't mind the time off just to work in my studio. We're in Screaming Mosquito Studios, which is my tiny little man cave. So I posted a rant there the other day about band pay and all that fun stuff, and got a little good flack and bad flack and all that wonderful stuff when you post on social media. So the scoop is the whole theme of the rant was venues, not all, but most venues paying solo artists more money than individuals in a band. It seems that when you get in a band, your job pay drops, or in reality the solo artist or duos get more money. There's no difference between the jobs. There's no difference between what you do in a band and what you do solo. There's no difference. You still learn songs. You still buy gear. You still travel to the gig. You still set up a PA. You still perform the same. And yet, the pay gets lopsided. I never understood that. I've always ranted about that. I mean, the musicians that do it, it's like, oh wow, they just make more money, but really, you kind of ruin what the bands are all about. Eventually, at some point, you have to play in a band. So what do? You're going to take that pay cut? I guess you do. So, because sometimes the pay cut is half. And I always relate it to contractors. So if the venue needs carpenter, electrical, and plumber to come work in their bar. So they're a group, right? They come in, what do? When they're all there, do you cut their wages in half? No, that doesn't happen. It's the same thing with the band. You have the drummer, bass player, guitar player, singer. Different jobs. So what do? When a singer comes up with a guitar, they pay him more. Well, when he does the same job in a band, his pay is half. So, never understood that. Never. I don't know. That's been like that for many years. And musicians bitch about the DJ thing. And again, it's the same thing. The DJ brings in gear. He downloads the music. Not really learning anything. You know, he's basically just, here's the music online. I'm going to present it to you through my PA system. Here to here. He isn't singing. He isn't performing. He's talking. Yeah, that takes some talent to talk to people and get them on the floor. So, but why is the money so ginormous compared to a band? And in most cases, I'm not saying every venue, but most of the time it's the venue trying to save a buck. So, and why do us musicians do that? Why do we play for less money? Because we've got this emotional short circuit connected to music. It's our passion. It's because bars know that musicians have this illness that we want to play. Like there's a ton of bands waiting in the wings to take your place. So you want to play. Also, the bar favor thing, like we've gotten suckered by that a few times, or the bar says, if you give me a cut deal right now, I'll return the favor. And how many of you have heard that? Not every venue does that, but that's happened on a few occasions locally. What's the favor? What's the favor they're returning? To give you more on another gig? Some bars do that. If they ask you to play an extra hour, you work out something with the bar, or there's some bar owners in town that are generous that way, and then there's some that never pay that favor back. So, and they ask you a couple of times, the bar is packed, and they ask you to do this favor. So, again, that musical short circuit that we have, that we enjoy music, we enjoy the crowd, and if they're getting into it, you want to play longer. That's unfortunately a flaw in musicians. But when you have a good crowd and you want to keep them there and make fans, the bar knows. The bar is trying to make money. I know that, but you can't keep dumping the load on the band to cut their wages for you to make money. That's just not the way it is. It shouldn't be that way. You end up losing bands after a while. So that's just not the formula to do it. After a while, musicians just say, fuck it, we're not doing anything. We'll do something else. That's why bands tour to other cities. In a lot of cases, you get treated better in other cities than you do in your own hometown. So, like I say, I'm not saying all venues are like this, but the odd one does try to pull that string, that money-cutting string. So that's definitely a beef. I don't know why solo artists make more. Sure, you can negotiate your price. But usually there's like a flat rate for musicians. But there's always this kind of, finagling to get more and more and more and more money, Yeah, okay, that's up to you. Eventually it comes to haunt everybody, though, when you start pricing your band so high that, and then everybody asks for it, you end up screwing the whole system up. So, anyways, that's the scoop on that. What else we got to talk about? So, for me, for next year, I'm not doing road gigs anymore. I'm 61 years old. I want to spend my time with my wife. I don't want to spend it on the road. So, in my case, any gigs the band wants to do on the road, it's going to be done with a fill-in. My desire to tour is gone. I just don't enjoy road gigs anymore. It's one of those things. I love being home with my wife. I have things to do around here at my age of 61. I love playing music. I play it every day. But road work has always been stressful for me. Either getting there, the vehicle, the safety factors of the vehicle going to break down, accidents, crazy drivers. The venues that we do on the road, they're fun to get there, and in most cases you're in nice rooms and stuff these days, but I'm just not into it anymore. So I love playing locally. I like being able to get off stage, come home, be at home with my wife. I built my studio. I just want to be here. I like playing local. My dreams of you know, making it and all this other stuff, those are long gone. I tried everything, toured, CDs, everything. It didn't work for me. You have to have luck. I just didn't have the right kind of luck. So now it's like I'm just writing my own music, just shopping it around online. And I love playing live, but I love the freedom of just being able to walk off stage at the end of the night, driving a few blocks, coming home, and that's it. So yeah, so for me next year, that's a done deal. Yeah, the last bunch of road gigs I've not enjoyed too much. We have laughs and stuff like that, but my heart's just not in it, and it's like I'm not going to torture the band by doing something that I'm really not into. So, and it's up to them if they want to move on with another drummer. I don't want that. I just don't want to do the road gig stuff anymore. Like when I talk road gig, I'm talking, I don't mind traveling to Gooley Bay and to Echo Bay and to Bruce Mines. Those are all close. We can come back after the gig. But the staying overnight thing, traveling 6 hours to a gig, yeah, I'm just not into that anymore. But if I can come home after the gig with all the gear, and then I'm cool with that. But I just don't want to do the staying overnight thing. Just tired of it. Same with the drum thing for Christmas cheer. This is my last year for doing it. It's time consuming. I love doing it. I've done it for over 20 years. But this is my last year of doing it. Last year it took almost 2 months of my life to get all these kits and parts and things organized. So yeah, it's time to dedicate my time elsewhere. I want to become a better guitar player. I want to work at that. And ripping drums apart and putting them back together has taken a lot of time from that. Not to mention my fingers are so sore from doing all that for 2 months. All the scrubbing and all and the, you know, machining of parts and welding, and yeah, just need a break from it. So I might get back into it in later time, at a later time, but for now, no. Yeah, I'm redirecting a lot of my focus into my own music and my own playing, and I just want to play local and do other things. So I've done that drum thing for 20 plus years. It's time to move on. So I'm going to keep all the parts in my garage. They're already stockpiled in totes and stuff. So if anybody with Christmas kits has issues with the kits that I've had in the past, I can still repair them. So, but even parts and stuff are getting really hard to find. And the cost of drum gear that I have to buy and drum heads and stuff, that it's getting pretty crazy out there for prices. And it's tough just buying stuff for my own gear, my regular maintenance. You know, like drum heads and stuff like that have just gone crazy in price. So when you start looking at 30 and 40 to $100 for drum heads, for a single drum head, yeah, it's hard to donate your time and money to 7 or 8 drum sets to give away. It gets costly. And when you're not getting the band money you should, well, that's another thing. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else we can talk about here. It's definitely a soggy day. I was looking so forward to this charity gig, but they canceled it a couple days ago because the forecast looked pretty exact that it was going to be a soggy, miserable day. So unfortunately, that's what happened. So I've done these charity gigs with various bands over the years for, I think, probably 7 years, 8 years, pre the COVID crap and all that. So I've always enjoyed them, but we've been rained out twice we're into playing the last 2 times and got caught in rain. We had to shut down. Even our gig on Saturday, it was drizzling then, but we played the whole gig and people actually stayed, so that was fun. So anyways, that's the scoop. A little bit of a short video. What am I doing original music wise? Well, I've got 5 songs on the go. One with vocals that's almost finished, and 4 instrumentals. Those instrumentals might end up being ones with lyrics and melodies at some point, you never know. So I've been trying to better myself on guitar and doing online lessons, but I mean, some of these guitar players, especially I'm right into this Greg Koch guitar player. The guy's phenomenal. He's like this underdog. You never hear about this guy except, you know, maybe through his video channel and stuff, but the guy's just truly amazing. So I'm having a lot of fun trying to learn some of his riffs, but he is on another planet when it comes to his playing. And he plays all different styles. That's the thing. He's one of these guys that's great in everything. Even Steve Vai looks at this guy as, you know, somebody on a pedestal. So that's pretty cool. And he's super funny. He's got a great sense of humor. His son plays drums with him now, and his son's a good drummer. Very John Bonham-ish. Yeah, so I'm trying to up the guitar playing a bit, for no other reason, just for my own personal joy and satisfaction. I'll probably never play on stage as a guitar player, but for me it's just a challenge that I like. And I'm still taking lessons periodically online through Dave Weckl online. I still like to keep up on the drumming. Cover tunes only go so far, and you don't want to go crazy overplaying and morphing these songs into something really goofy. So, but I enjoy taking online lessons for drums. It's pretty inexpensive. I think it's 37 bucks or 35 bucks a lesson or a month for Dave Weckl's online thing. So in Canadian, that's like $3,000. So it's not bad. Yeah, the Canadian buck is taking a hit. So no, I'm just exaggerating, but yeah, definitely a fun thing to do. So yeah, so that's where we are. That's my little rant on BandPay. Try that with your next carpenter, plumber, and electrician, and see how they enjoy getting their wages cut because they're in a group. Yeah, so anyways, thanks for watching, and I'm going to post some other videos later on, show you what I'm working on musically. Thanks for watching.